AI tools like N8N and Cursor and Claudebot are dying. And in the last 12 years, after helping hundreds of agency owners, I've seen thousands of these game-changing tools come and go because the users couldn't make any money with them. In this video, I'm going to teach you the one skill that's helped me make $350,000 with AI growth consulting, so you can stop paying for tools that you don't use and learn what it actually takes to make money with AI instead of sitting on the sidelines and watching this once in a lifetime opportunity pass you by. Alright, so when we look at the tools, we know that they are dying. So what actually makes a good AI tool? Because it was never the tool. A product is only good as its ability to be marketed and sold. So let's look at Go High Level, for example. They built a billion-dollar company with an okay product. It's not the best at anything, but their ability to create attention on it and get distribution through their affiliate system has made it a billion-dollar company. So when we look at a tool, it's not the genuine utility, it is the perceived utility and what the end user believes it can do for their business. This is a really important distinction that we need to make on a moat. Before, software companies like Salesforce and HubSpot and basically any software company had a big moat, and that moat was it cost hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in developers to actually build these systems, right? Whereas now you or I can spin up a software with Claude in an afternoon and have a working prototype of basically the same things. And this is only going to get easier if we use Claude skills. And there's actually a website called claudegraveyard.com that shows you what skill you can use to replace a complete software stack. Now, when we're looking at the tools, we want to distinguish between genuine utility and perceived utility, right? So again, perfect example here I'll use as a product is a Rolex watch, right? It tells the time. Our phones, it does the exact same thing. But the perceived utility and why I spent $20,000 on it is because how I perceived it would make me feel. Same thing with personal trainers. Back in the gym day, I was a personal trainer, and the reason I was able to grow my personal training business against the other personal trainers in the gyms was the perception from the people around me. I was loud, I was energetic, I coached, I shared before and afters on Facebook back in the day, and that perception around my personal training service against another competitor who did none of those things made the world of difference. And again, the perceived utility between a car, you know, a Toyota Yaris, and a Lamborghini Urus is like they both get you from A to B, and one is 10 to 20 times more expensive than the other. And then understanding the perception of the tool is where the money is actually made, right? When we're looking at these cutting edge tools, the custom tools aren't the ones that people are buying. Up until kind of February, March this year, everyone was on ChatGPT. Then Claude came around and basically stole their entire user base because it was marketed better through kind of viral guerrilla marketing on Twitter, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and it actually stole a lot of ChatGPT's market shares. And when we're looking at these, it's like the name recognition, like I said, the marketing distribution, the marketing budget, and how actually people perceive these tools. And then the thing about the tools is they get this network effect. So if more people are using them, they become more valuable. And this is exactly how Facebook became valuable back in the day. They started with one university, and then they went wider of friends of that university, and then they went wider, and now obviously it's a software platform that has 2 billion plus active users every day. When we're thinking about this, like some of the technically better AI tools have no coverage because they don't have the moat of distribution and attention. And again, there's so many examples I'm sure you can see around, and you might even see on Instagram or on TikTok, people that you know you are better than, and they have better businesses than you do because they have the attention, they have the distribution, and people actually know who the fuck they are, right? And that's a really important thing to understand. And I think this is the mistake that most agency owners make. They're trying to build out a market instead of sell into an existing market with the tools that are available. And I've seen so many guys try to build all these complex tools. And the thing about AI businesses is the number one business that AI businesses are putting out of business is other AI businesses. And I'll explain that in the sense of like, a lot of people have raised a bunch of money basically creating ChatGPT wrappers. And then ChatGPT elevates, the new model comes out, and it can already do that thing. So this business that they built on top of ChatGPT gets completely wiped out. And we're seeing that a lot in softwares because the cost of creating a new feature or a new tool for these software companies has gone down basically to zero. So the companies with the moats that they already have can now spin out these new features, and you're starting to see a lot of the tools are starting to look like the same thing, right? You've got ClickUp and Notion and all of these project management tools, and they're basically doing the exact same thing, right? So now it's the perception and the actual marketing, because more or less that they are exactly the same. So if they are exactly the same, like how do we actually profit from this? And my belief is become the middleman. So we'll jump down here and I want to show you. The AI tools have billions of dollars of R&D. They've raised hundreds of millions of dollars. I don't know what it is, but I'll pop it up on the screen. But ChatGPT is raising hundreds of billions of dollars. And no offense, you or I watching this aren't going to beat ChatGPT or Claude in a distribution game. They just have too much money and they're going to beat us. So there is a way that we can make money, and that is becoming the middleman. And this is the exact thing that I've done to make $350,000 in the last 12 months selling AI systems to local businesses, is because I am the middleman that kind of translates this crazy like AI world into more leads, less time, more profit, less people, whatever it is that the business problem that there is and whatever it is that needs to be solved, I basically just translate that for them. And again, we don't need to be in the trenches building all this thing. And if you're that way inclined, just know you're going to need someone that can actually distribute and scale that out. And I actually had one of my coaching clients, he is so good at creating stuff. He's created 4 or 5 different kind of businesses in there. But the challenge that he's having is now actually going out to market and getting that. So that is what we're working through. It's like he's created these complete engines that can do so much with AI. And again, it is an absolute weapon, but the skill set that's going to separate him from making money and not making money is going out and actually getting attention and eyeballs onto his product so that he can distribute via marketing and sales so that he can actually make some money. When we're looking at it, the key that I want to share with you, if you actually want to make some money, is don't compete on software. Compete on the translation, right? Competing on better software is a fool's game, and sometimes good enough is good enough. And again, unless you're going after some like super high-tech company that, again, they're probably already going to be able to do this stuff anyway, I don't think competing on software. Again, understanding the lens of what you're looking at is you're actually solving problem, and then you find the right tech to actually solve that problem. So now, in terms of who I say to actually translate this for, think of the customer is they've got a knife in the neck problem and they have the credit card in their back pocket to pay you, right? Because if they're experiencing it and they're experiencing pain every day, you're actually able to sell them on solving them pain very quickly. And now with AI, you can actually solve the problem so much faster than any other time in history. The good thing about solving problems is once you solve a problem, the next problem comes live and the next problem comes live. So for example, you solve the lead gen problem, well then now they need help hiring sales reps, right? So then you help them with the sales reps, and then they need help with sales management. It might be CRMs, it might be call record analysis, and you run an AI to go over all of their sales calls and give them coaching feedback. And then they might need customer service, or they might need more product, or there might be the next thing. And software generally is going to be able to help them solve it. And you are the person that integrates it, and then you become their AI guy because you've helped translate the complex and made it simple. So if you want the roadmap on exactly how we're selling $5,000 to $35,000 deals to businesses by using the actual tools and not building the software, then below this video, there is going to be a roadmap link, and that's going to show you step by step exactly how we're doing it. So again, I thank you for the time and attention, and I will see you on the next video.